First, let me show you the photos. Yeah, they look fake as hell. Trust me, the story behind them is wilder than you think. It all began in July 1917. 9-year-old Frances Griffiths had just arrived from South Africa to stay with her 16-year-old cousin, Elsie Wright, in West Yorkshire, England. The two spent their days playing by Cottingley Beck, always coming home covered in mud and trouble. Elsie's father, Arthur Wright, hated it. He told them to stop playing in the muddy woods. But the girls insisted that's where they met fairies and gnomes. Arthur laughed it off. Elsie's mother, though, Polly Wright, was deep into spiritualism, and she believed every word. To prove their story, the girls borrowed Arthur's camera, went back to the woods, and took a few pictures with the fairies and gnomes. When Arthur developed the glass plate, there it was, Frances surrounded by 4 tiny fairies. Arthur dismissed it as a prank, but Polly took it as proof. That brings us to the second picture, Elsie with a gnome. Arthur stayed skeptical but kept the plates. Polly, on the other side, couldn't stop showing them off. Eventually, she brought them to a Theosophical Society meeting in Bradford, where members became convinced they were genuine evidence of nature spirits, including Edward L. Gardner. Then came Edward's famous friend, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Yes, the man who created Sherlock Holmes. Not you, not you, yes you. Anyway, Gardner showed the photos to Doyle, who was fascinated. Later that year, Doyle published the article, Fairies Photographed, an Epoch-Making Event, in the Strand magazine, using the images as supposed proof of supernatural life, and the piece blew up worldwide. But it didn't stop there. Gardner, working on Doyle's behalf, sent them new cameras and plates. The girls went back to the woods and delivered 3 more photos, each more unbelievable than the last. Doyle followed up with another article, The Evidence for Fairies, featuring all 5 photos and letters from believers. Wait, there's more. He even turned it all into a book in 1921 called The Coming of the Fairies. Public opinion split fast. Experts noticed the fairies looked like paper cutouts from children's books. Yet when the plates were examined, no signs of photographic manipulation were found. The negatives showed real objects in front of the lens. That only made believers double down. Fast forward to 1978, skeptical investigators traced the fairy shapes to illustrations from Princess Mary's gift book. And in 1981, Elsie Wright finally admitted the fairies were faked using paper drawings held up with hat pins. No shit, Sherlock, which explains why the lab found no manipulation. Frances Griffiths agreed, but insisted, and I quote, "One later photo might show something real." And you know what's the craziest part? The story even made it to Hollywood, inspiring the 1997 film Fairy Tale, A True Story. Oh, and Sherlock Holmes' creator died never realizing he'd been gaslighted by 2 kids. Yup, that was wild. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and may the fairy godmother bless your soul.